If one man's trash is another's treasure, then one man's park may very well be another man's playground. Turns out, Central Illinois is a hot spot for high-tech hide-and-go-seek. We're putting a day at the park in perspective. Welcome to Champaign's Meadowbrook Park, a place for everyone to get a little closer to nature. Ready?
I'm ready.
But some park goers are just trying to get close to a cache.
It's very popular in Champaign. I think pretty much every park has one, at least one, if not more.
A cache is a prize of sorts, but you have to hunt it down to see what it is. It's called geocaching. Here's how it works. You go online, download coordinates for the cache, then it's up to your GPS to help.
As you walk closer and closer to the coordinates that are locked in, the distance to the destination lowers, and the arrow kind of guides you which direction you need to go. We're going into the woods.
Okay.
Yes.
So we set off. Now, lucky for us, veteran geocacher Brett Hammond and Eric Olson, the guy who hid the cache, helped us along. It didn't take very long for us to ditch the park's path in favor of some not so favorable conditions.
When I bought them, they were waterproof. Now they're not.
We hiked and hiked and hiked some more. How close are we to our cache?
We're actually a little further away than we used to be. We know which direction to go, so you never know what you're going to find till you get there. And
speaking of finding things, for a while we had to forget about finding the cache and focus on finding the trail to it. That's the trail we want to be on.
Eventually. We don't know it's there. It's not on my map.
So with that in mind, I started wondering if we were ever going to make it to our treasure.
There's no shame in not finding it. Because even if you don't find the cache, look at what you got to see. You got to see all this. You got to experience nature. You got to get out of the house.
And you get to learn a thing or two about your fellow hunters.
My second cache I ever went looking for was in my father's favorite woods. And it was at his favorite park. And I had never gone there with my father. And so to finally go there and end up taking my daughter, it meant a lot.
And that's when Hammond got hooked. Now he travels the country geocaching. And today with us, we were hunting for his 5,502nd cache. So it's a good thing we ended up finding that elusive trail.
We found the trail.
After that, it didn't take long to start closing in.
Here, Cynthia, why don't you take us the rest of the way into
Take us home? Yeah. Even my bad sense of direction couldn't screw it up.
I think I found it. It's here.
There you go.
It's not much, just a few yo-yos and a book to log our find. But as we found out, the real treasure is the treasure hunt itself.
Fun find with a fun group.
All right, so geocachers use a lot of public places, parks, and other things like that to play their games. So they're trying to give back a little bit. They do something called CETO. It's cash in, trash out. So while they're out hunting, or they'll even organize days to kind of go out and clean up the parks that they use to play.
It looked fun.
It was great. I had a great time.
Looks like a nice day in the park and something the family can do
Well,
together.
you know, you've been to Meadowbrook Park, but you don't really think about taking off the beaten trail and going into some of those little hidden areas. We got a test of how waterproof our boots were. That was good.
I was wondering what kind of footwear you had on.
I had on boots, so I dressed well for the weather, but it was great, you know. And the funny thing is, you just want to find the treasure as fast as possible, so you'll skip the trails, you know.
I know a shortcut.
Yeah, exactly.
We're lost.
The way back is always easier because everyone just wants to take the trail then.
You've already been there. Yeah. Very good. Well, that's a cool story.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff.
It was fun.
All right. Maybe you can try it out. Geocaching. All right.